Welcome to Massive Beers. My name's Matt. We do a bunch of stuff here, podcasts and all kinds of fun stuff, but we do a lot of beer review videos. That's what we're doing today. We're going to be doing actually a side-by-side of a beer sent to me by my friend. Y'all know him as Carson. It used to be Carson from Florida, now it's Carson from Colorado, and we're going to be doing a little bit of Weldworks. Nelson Juicy Bits versus extra Juicy Bits. Yeah, it's not necessarily, I would say, like a kind of like, whatever side by side. It's not like Juicy Bits versus the Nelson Juicy Bits, but it's Juicy Bits. It's extra Juicy Bits, triple India Pale Ale, versus the kind of regular ABV version of Juicy Bits. So we're just going to do it. That's what we're doing. So let's go with the lower ABV version. It's a Nelson DDH Juicy Bits India Pale Ale. This has, it's double dry hopped with Nelson, Citra, Mosaic, and Eldorado hops. The canning date on this is 4/8. As of today, it's 5/13. 6.7% alcohol by volume. Done and done. Hey boys, it's cool. Tops. What do you want? As far as the triple version of it here, Greeley, 10.8% Greeley, Colorado is where they're located. 10.8%. Extra Juicy Bits. What's the ABV on this sucker? Oh, 10.8. I already said that, dummy. Triple India Pale Ale, brewed and triple dry hopped with Citra, Mosaic, and Eldorado. Yeah. But wait, there's extra. And this is 3 days older than this one, so we're good. This kind of like looks like an old-timey kind of like poster. It'd be like a wanted poster that you'd see in the West. So let's do this. Let's kind of get them there. Just wash these glasses, so I'm sure they'll come off quite dirty. Let's pour. Let's pour and see what's what. Sorry about this. There you go. I always forget that beer fridge makes super annoying sound. Hopefully I didn't roll too far back. I'm doing the old not wearing pants thing, so hopefully I don't stand up, so because you'll all get a show. Oh, that sounds good. It's like ASMR beer videos right there, son. Okay. Honestly, I mean, just from a distance, they really do look similar. So we're going to stick with the lower ABV version on the right, the tripled version on the left. And as far as these go, I mean, as you can see, I got a little light down here, and not really much difference. I mean, they look almost identical as far as color goes. Head's a little bit different as far as size-wise because I was kind of catching up doing that old double pour thing. But they look identical. There's really no difference to them whatsoever as far as coloration or whatnot. We're dealing with the same looking beer. Let's dive into the base, see what the nose knows. There's a green component here, which I find really cool. It has this kind of like, I don't know if it's going to go there, but there's this kind of green grassy, slightly, I usually call it like eucalyptus-y kind of minty thing. Not necessarily like a medicinal mintiness, but there was this like, I really covet this kind of green grass eucalyptus kind of combination. I could see this kind of going in that direction. I mean, it is, non-bittering. You're not going to get bittering on the nose, but it's given me the hints that it's going to be a relatively non-aggressively bittered, kind of tropical fruit leaning without being overly sweetened kind of vibe. That's what I'm getting, at least on the nose. It smells like a really nice hazy. Let's dive into the old triple version. Not gonna lie, they smell really similar. I'm getting everything the same over here, so I was gonna be like calling out that kind of green portion of the show. I was be like, maybe that's that kind of Nelson at work or whatever, but it really is very similar noses. Yeah, almost to a T identical, at least for me. Maybe a perception of what's the word? What's the word I'm looking for? The hint of there might be some kind of more sweetness there, but really, I mean, I'm just kind of, picking nits at this point. So we're just going to dive in. The base, not the base, the lower ABV version. Cheers, y'all. That's good hazy. I mean, it has that green component. It doesn't get into that grassiness that I talk about. There's a little bit of that there, but nothing too over the top aggressive. It's a cool kind of honeydew melon component kind of going on, which I really kind of dig. So it is a citrus leaning, tropical fruit, melon leaning, undersweetened, kind of hazy. Drinks all the part of 6.7%. Maybe even a little bit bigger. There's a nice kind of like just not aggressive, but a bittering in there to let you know you're drinking something with a decent hopping. It's just not sweet without that kind of balancing of that bittering kind of going on. I dig that. I think it's quite nice. Triple time. Cheers, y'all. It's more. It is more. So there's a subtle bump in sweetness. Very subtle, based off this 6%er. There is a more greener component here, more of it's not a hop burn. I would imagine if it was drank like hyper fresh, there was a big hop burn component. It's kind of like blown off a little bit over time, but there is a more greener kind of hop resinous thing, hop greenness to it. At times probably did it proper. Each sip I take, it's a little bit more greener, so that's probably the biggest difference here. But as far as how the expression comes off of the hops, very similar to over here. That kind of not overly aggressively sweet kind of orange leaning into that kind of melon, kind of tropical fruitiness, a little bit sweeter, definitely a bit more aggressive on the green side of things. For like almost a third, 2/3, a third, 3/4. Words are hard, percentages are hard. You're talking 6.7 versus 10, so you're talking about a 4% ABV bump. I'm not getting it. I'm not getting it. All y'all out there live in that other world where you want your 10%ers to drink like your 6%ers. If that's the hill you die on, if that's really like where you like your beers to land, this is awesome. Awesome stuff. I live on a different realm, a different universe. I want my 6%ers to drink like 10%ers. So for me, this is kind of like, I just don't get it. Because I'm getting pretty much almost everything I'm getting here. That green thing, which isn't a positive, is here. Maybe a skosh more sweetness, but for all intents and purposes, this is very, very similar to this. But I'm not drinking 10% beer. That's why this one will win for me all day, nonstop. And but they're really both really, really good. It's just, it really comes down to what hill you live on, what hill you die on, and where you really want your impact to come from. Do you want 6% that'll get you ripped, or do you want 6% that is proper? Because this drinks, like I said, 6%, high 6%, maybe pushing the 7s. So it's appropriate impact level. Over here, this drinks like a 6% beer. It just happens to be 10%. And this is not where my loyalties lie. But as far as just like stripping that out of the equation, stripping the ABV portion of the show out of the equation, just saying, is it a well done New England style hazy? Absolutely. I think this is some of the better stuff I've had. Is it Mount Rushmore status? It's close. Worthy of being up there. Just so many well done hazes nowadays. And just a really fun side by side. Like I thought it'd be like kind of like too far out there. Like this is so much different than this one. But really, I mean, these are very, very similar as far as hop impact, flavor, the whole nine. It's just this one is just a little bit more, and a lot more in ABV. If that's your bag, you'll dig this. But I'm a fan of the lower ABV stuff. So there you go. Let's talk about it. Like I said, Mount Rushmore stuff. Definitely this one kind of eking up there, but it's a hard nut to crack because there's so many good ones nowadays. I just really want to talk about, what's your deal with Weldworks? I see Juicy Bits locally now, so we can get Juicy Bits here in New Jersey. What is your history with Weldworks and their beers? Have you had the base Juicy Bits? I've reviewed that before. Go check it out. What do you think of the Nelson? What do you think of the extra Juicy Bits? What's your whole deal with Weldworks in general? Let's talk about it down there. Let's have that conversation, because that's what it's all about. So there we go. Review in the bag. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the review. Hope we'll see you next time. Oh, I forgot the Super Cuvee. Do I have a glass? I have a dirty glass. Let's do a dirty glass Cuvee. Yeah. It's dirty glass. There was a beer drank out of this recently, like over the past 20 minutes, so I'm not too worried about it. We'll have to do this for science. It's called science. It's going to taste exactly the same.